My name is Myles Harvey. I'm from New York, and I'm feeling pretty good today. A little nervous, but I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay. And how are you feeling today as a man?
Feeling today as a man, I'm feeling, I feel in a funny place right now as a man. Not necessarily in a bad way, but just more so just trying to find where I'm at in the world, if that makes sense.
Okay, we can get into that. So we're gonna start off with your childhood, your environment, in the household, in school, church if you attended. So let's begin there.
Okay.
Start from at home.
As a kid at home, I feel like my upbringing was pretty normal, like most kids. School, daycare, extracurricular activities, but also I feel like my upbringing was a little harder. More so for myself because I came into this world early. I'm a preemie. I was born about a month early. I was born in June. I was supposed to be born in August. So the reason why I say that is because my brain didn't fully develop. So I felt like when I was young, it took a lot of time for me to like understand certain things. So I had to work a lot harder, I feel like, than like most kids.
And did you attend church?
Yes, yeah, I attended church.
So
That was like a requirement for me. I had no choice. So from little boy, I was in the little junior choir. I was a usher. My mom made me do that. I hated it so much, but I'm grateful for it because it brought me into the man that I am today. It brought me a lot into my faith. So the church and my faith is very important to me.
So how did you had mentioned your brain didn't fully develop? So how did that affect your mental health? Like, were you bullied for it, or?
Nah, I was never bullied for it. It didn't really affect me growing up, like in a sense of like having like friends or anything like that. If anything, it just affected maybe me academically. It took a lot more time for me to process things, like maybe certain answers, whether it be like math, maybe I wasn't understanding things. I felt like sometimes I even had a short attention span. So academically, I can definitely say it affected me a lot then. But as far as like making friendships, nah, it never affected that. Like I had a good group of people around me. So.
Okay. So were you allowed to express any emotions? Were you able to talk to somebody about your emotions?
Absolutely. I had a good, I call it a village. You always have to have a good village, whether it be family or friends. I never felt as if I couldn't express myself. When I was young, the only person I really felt like I could talk to the most was my father. And of course, it took a while to, I feel like, express myself because there was always that stigma of, okay, well, what is my dad gonna think if I express myself to him? Is he gonna judge me? Is he gonna hate me? That typical kind of thing. But when I got past that barrier and actually started to express myself to him and just talk to him about certain things that I was going through, oh my God, it was like a weight lifted off me. That's why we're able to like chop it up now and just talk about certain things.
So my next question was going to be, was your father present in your life? But since he is, did you have any other father figures like uncles, grandfathers, school teachers?
Yes, I did. I had a good amount. Some teachers that I could talk to. That was more so in high school. But I feel like other father figures that I had, one of them was in the church for me. The one that's coming to mind, his name is Mr. Billy. He was my mime instructor. For those who don't know what like mime is, it's basically a lot of people associate it with praise dancing. We don't really call it praise dance. It's like another form of expression through movement. We paint the face white. The reason why we do that because white represents purity, and we do more things of the emotional aspect through our face and movement. But the point is, he was one of my mentors growing up, spiritual mentor and just life mentor. Yo. We was always able to talk about a multitude of different things. Another person was it's like an uncle to me. It's my father's best friend. Call him Uncle Donnie. He was also a good outlet for me. And then also my barber mentor. I went to barber school, and he became like another uncle to me. I call him Doob. Shout out Doobie. So, but he was like another uncle to me. We became real close during that time. Still talk to him to this day.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Glad to hear you had a lot of mentors because a lot of people don't get that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So, with your father being in the household, did you notice any repetitive patterns that your father did that got passed down to you, or that you adapted without noticing, good and bad?
I think I chuckled because maybe just talking a lot. I feel like he be yapping, but I'm like, yeah, not always on the phone, but just yapping. But in a good way. Again, I feel like that's one of our best qualities. We talk. We have no reason to judge anybody, so that's why I'm always forthcoming and allowing anybody to express themselves to me as well. I've done a lot of things that I'm not maybe proud of, or maybe some things that I've done wrong, which I could do better. So who am I to judge the next person? So I feel like that's a quality that I've got passed from him. So just a good outlet to be a part of.
Okay, so how long did it take you to start opening up to your dad? Because you mentioned that earlier.
I would say probably middle school. I think it was probably like middle school where I really started opening up to him. And I feel like that might be, I mean, in my experience, normal. Everybody's different. A lot of people don't even open up to their father, even as like grown men. But
was it that puberty stage where you felt like you could talk to him?
Puberty stage, and again, around that time, you're starting to go through more things. You know, you start, liking girls, get into relationships, or things start happening that you're not really sure what's happening. So it's just like you try to do things on your own, you might have some big consequences. So that's why I was able to go to him and talk about certain things.
And based on your upbringing, do you see yourself as a dad?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely see myself as a dad. I definitely want kids. Not anytime soon. Right now, I've got to find the right one for that. But having kids is definitely a blessing. The way how I see how my father raised me, he definitely did his best. I would say he did a good job, but they always say that you always want your kids to be better. I feel like I can do better, and I'm not saying that in a sense that my dad didn't do a good job, but I know some things I would do differently, pretty much.
So you would change your mindset for your kids?
Yes, yeah, I definitely would. My dad, he wasn't tough, but he was tough when he needed to be. But certain things I felt he could have did better. So I just know that I would just do things differently, as I feel like any man would.
Entering adulthood, what are some habits that you've done that hurt people without recognizing it? As like maybe you did it, like maybe you did silent treatment.
Okay.
Due to like anxiety or depression. So.
I would say that's probably one of them. That's kind of hard. Like, I usually am to myself. Not that I shut down, but maybe I've communicated things to people where it could have been hurtful in a way, and all I was doing was expressing my opinion. So I feel like I probably had to switch up how I formulate my words, so it doesn't come off as so strong and maybe so harsh. So I definitely had to hold my tongue and just watch how I word and phrase things. Because again, I'm very honest. I don't want to go to the extent to say that I was blunt. I think I was blunt before in the past, so I had to really just switch up my vocabulary and just express things a little differently.
So what have you struggled with in the past that you're still struggling with?
I would definitely say fear. Definitely still struggle with that. As we get older, it's always the fear of doing something new, trying something new, but that's only going to be for the betterment of ourself. God does not ever give us the spirit of fear, but the power of love. So that's something that I feel like sometimes holds me back from other opportunities, or just doing things that could have been done so much more sooner when I had nothing to worry about to begin with. So I would definitely say fear is one of them.
Okay. And do you feel like you put yourself in a survival mode?
Yeah, constantly. I feel like I always always in survival mode, and I feel like that's one thing about me. I feel like I'm always hard on myself. I feel like I'm never doing enough, or I need to do more. That's why I'm always constantly working, trying to do better. Like we said, like survival mode.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself?
Yeah, I do. I just feel like, because I just want to do better. I want to do better than my parents did. Again, we have a very good lifestyle, but I just want to make sure that I'm just providing that good lifestyle for myself and for my family when I get older.
So what are some habits you're trying to let go of?
I want to let go of being fearful. I'm always confident in myself, but just have a little bit more confidence just to get things done a little bit quicker. Other things are like, what am I trying to repeat the question?
What are some habits you are trying to let go of?
Fear, the procrastination. Definitely procrastinate sometimes, can't help it. That, and I would just say, nothing else is coming to mind right now. I would definitely say procrastination and fear. I feel like those are the two things that probably hold me back the most. And honestly, I don't know if this is a habit, more so a feeling of being hard on myself. Again, we talked about that earlier before, but I feel like I'm my biggest critic and I'm so hard on myself, and that also prevents me from going further as well.
So are there any beliefs about yourself that are limiting you?
Are there any beliefs that what?
Are there any beliefs about yourself that are limiting you from pursuing your future goals? You did say procrastination. So.
Procrastination, and then just being hard on myself. If anything, just being hard on myself is like the biggest one. Like, I talked to some of my friends before. One of my good friends, his name is Dylan. We express some things to each other, and I always tell him, I said, sometimes, bro, I feel like I'm not doing enough. He was like, what are you talking about? He was like, he said, what do you feel you need to be doing right now? I was like, and I gave him a list. I was like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm not in a place where I should be. I feel like I deserve more money, like a better job and everything like that. I feel like I'm not doing enough. And then he just had to kind of just check me in a good sense, in the aspect of the things that I have already done. So when he told me that, and then he said, look, man, you could be in a way worse situation compared to other people that we know. He was like, you all right. He's like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So just keep going. So just having that was helpful.
That actually leads me to my next question about, do you have a network of people who support you through this? So you mentioned Dylan is one of them. So.
Dylan's one of them. One of the things I always prayed and asked for was that God just bless me with a good group of a good village that I can call my own, a good community, group of guys, men and women as well. I mean, Dylan's one of them. My boy Will is one of them. So many more. Josh, Vaughn, Jair, Raheem. The list can go on and on and on and on. But then same as for the women as well. I try to have like-minded people around me as well. Same, that people that's goal-oriented, work authentically, believers in Christ as well. But also try to surround myself with people that also have a difference of opinion in me as well, because having a good like-minded community is good as well, but it doesn't always hurt to have people that have difference of opinion as well. It gives you a different perspective and outlook on things that I probably haven't necessarily even looked into. So.
Definitely, I definitely agree. So how can you hold yourself more accountable?
Ways that I can hold myself accountable. I feel like just showing up every day. Showing up every day, just being very rooted in my Bible. I feel like the word is important. That shows a lot of discipline as well. Yeah, just to be more disciplined. Like, just if there are things that I say that I'm gonna do, I need to do it and just give myself maybe a reasonable time frame to do it, instead of just telling myself, okay, I'll get to it when I can. I'll get to it when I can. I need to stop doing that and just be way more grounded in the aspect of, all right, let me just do this when I say I'm gonna do it, and do it quick.
So you as a man, especially a black man, do you feel safe in this world today? Why or why not? And do you think social media also plays a role?
Yes and no. It's way better in this world living as a black man than it was years ago. So many years ago. Our ancestors, our community, our family history was going through a lot. Back in the day, they didn't have a lot of the opportunities that they fought for. They fought for opportunities for us to have right now. So yes, I feel safe, but also at the same time, it's almost as if history is repeating itself or trying to revert back to how it was back in the day. So I always have to be on guard. I always have to be cautious and be alert of my surroundings. So yes, I feel safe, but I won't go to the extent to say that I don't also feel safe. I just have to be cautious, if that makes sense.
Just be more mindful.
Yeah, be more mindful.
So how do you feel when somebody tells you to man up? Tell you or tell another man to man up?
I would want to ask, what does that mean to you, to man up? And it's bad because sometimes I say that myself in the aspect, sometimes in a joking way, sometimes in a serious way, because there are things that I feel that a man needs to be a man, and it's almost as if saying that some men can be vulnerable or showing signs of weakness, but I feel like vulnerability is the strongest thing a man can do, because not a lot of men can do that. So I don't know, it's almost as if I would want to have a conversation with somebody to say, oh, man up, be a man. What do you mean by that? Are you just trying to say that we can't show a certain aspect of emotion? So I feel like it depends on definitely the scenario, on when that's being told to me or to somebody else.
Okay. So earlier we had mentioned some things you are struggling with. So have you gone to therapy for that?
Yes, I have. I went to therapy last year. The job that I had before, I used to work at a warehouse, and the job provided free therapy. So I definitely utilized that. Last year was definitely a dark time for me. And I was just sick and tired of just being sick and tired, just being sad and just stuck in the same repeating cycle, going to work, going home, just doing that and barely eating or eating too much. I was just really sad and depressed last year. So I just decided I just wanted to change. So I definitely went to therapy. And it helped. It helped because it gave me a different outlook on things.
So it helped you get to the root of the problem?
It did. It definitely helped me get to the root of the problem.
Okay, so we're going to get into self-care and wellness. So what are some personal goals you would like to focus on to improve your mental health?
Personal goals. One of the goals that I have for this year is I want to get to a certain weight. I've been heavy in the gym as of lately. I was actually at the gym this morning. There's just a couple of things that's just happening this year. My parents, they're celebrating the 25th wedding anniversary, so I want to look right for that, of course. And then my good friend, like one of my best friends, he's getting married this year. So, and I'm his best man. So I want to make sure I fit, nice in the tuxedo and everything look right and have the good energy. So, yeah, that's one of them.
Okay, so what are some other self-care stuff that you're doing you mentioned you mentioned the gym. So are you also sleeping well? Personal hygiene, drinking enough water, are you reading? Just other stuff.
Other self-care things. So it's funny you mentioned a couple of those things. I do a good amount of those things. Rest has been a big part of that. Sometimes I don't get enough sleep, but ever since I left my full-time job to pursue my career in barbering full-time, my sleep has gained tremendously. So sleep has been a big portion of that.
I love that.
Personal hygiene stuff. I love my men's skincare products, and not necessarily just skincare, just good hygiene products. I'm a good firm believer in just taking care of your body, hygiene, all of that. So the products that I use make me feel good. It gives me the confidence to go outside and just use that. And a good self-care thing is just, I love going out to eat by myself. So I love doing that. Big foodie.
Oh, so you take yourself out on dates?
Oh, hell yeah. Take myself on a date. Nobody gonna treat me better than me.
What is something you are looking forward to about the future, personal and professional goals?
Something I'm looking forward to for the future. Professional, I'll start off with professional first. Again, so I'm in the barber industry. I've been cutting hair professionally since 2022. So my skills have only gone up ever since I first started. And then the more and more you do something, you're only gonna get better. So I look forward more to the classes that I plan on taking in the future, meeting more mentors to help with my career, because there's so much more things that I want to learn, and that I know that in this industry it's always constantly growing. So I want to be able to learn it all and just provide a better environment and lifestyle for my clientele. So with that, personally, I look forward to just be able to like live life more so on my own. I mean, I do live life pretty independently. I do still live with my parents. Some people will look at that as a blessing, especially now in today's economy, but sometimes I feel like it'd be a mental toll. I love my parents, but I do want to be able to get out and have my own place, experience that. And then, a lot will come with that, so hopefully, God willingly, a family in the future. So definitely some things like that to look forward to as far as personal goals.
Okay, so if you were looking at little Myles right now, what advice would you give? What advice would you give to your younger son? Basically?
What advice would I give to my youngest son? I would just one, keep God first and foremost in your life. Build that relationship with Him, because no matter what, He's always going to be with you, because there's going to come a day where I will no longer be on this earth. So as your earthly father, I'm here for you, but your heavenly Father is always going to be with you forever. So continue to always build that relationship with Him, and you will always be good. That's one of them. And then do what makes you happy. Of course, it has to be something that can hopefully still fund your lifestyle and that is realistic as well. But as long as you're doing that and it makes you happy, but you get paid on top of that, you're a winner. I mean, because that's what I'm doing right now. I love cutting hair, but the fact that I get paid on top of that, I'm doing it, that's just the plus, and it doesn't ever feel like a job to me. So I would definitely tell them, just do something that brings you happiness.
And at this moment, what are you most grateful for? Personally and professionally. So.
I'm grateful for, I would say I'm grateful for the people in my life, the people that God has blessed me with. She over here saying, but definitely the people that God has put me in my life. There's a lot of people that come and go. Some people still probably won't stay. There's no guarantee of really anything. So I'm very grateful for the people that God has blessed me, that I am able to call friends, even family, just my community, my village. So definitely that. And as far as professionally as well, definitely just the opportunity that I'm just Getting just to with the job that I do, and then just what's to come going forward. I don't regret my decision as far as becoming a licensed barber. I feel like it just led me to understand people more, and especially men more, what they go through on a daily. It just gave me better people skills also.
So what are some what are some of the biggest obstacles that you've noticed that the men community face? You know, the typical repetitive patterns or jokes.
I feel like I realize with the community of men what we face, it's that, geez, it's like you could talk about this for a long time. It's like, where do I even start? I don't know. I feel like, it's hard to say. I feel like a lot of people don't take us seriously in some ways. I feel like in the year of 2026 that we're in, we got so many different communities, and respect to all those communities, but I just feel like the average man, also like the average black man, is, I don't know, to an extent being forgotten. We're not being talked about as much, or it's more so like some people say, just be a man, deal with it. I just want the respect factor to come back, just as a lot of men have respect for a lot of these other communities, as well. Just to know that we're here, we have feelings too, we would like to be heard as well, and sometimes just appreciated too as well.
So why do you think a lot of men avoid therapy, especially elderly men? At least people that are like 50 years and plus.
Older mindset. It's definitely an older mindset thing, because that wasn't the thing to do back then, and if you did do it, you were looked at as, what are you going to therapy for? Some people could look at it as weakness. A lot of men would look at it as, there's nothing wrong with me, and that's just nothing but upbringing. And that just goes to show that the man wasn't safe in his own environment, in his own household.
So you think it could be a communication problem?
It could definitely be a communication problem, but then that's also could be like a lifestyle problem. So again, everything starts with upbringing and what you're told, and then just the daily lifestyle, what you walk out to into this world. So I wish a lot of older men just had a different kind of mindset when it comes to therapy, so they know that it is a good thing. Ideally, they're probably stuck in their ways, so it would be very hard for them. It would be very hard to convince them that therapy is like a positive thing and not necessarily something that is wrong with you.
So what can we do more as a community for men's mental health? Like, how can we encourage men to seek help, to talk to other people?
I feel like we got to start off small. I feel like we really got to start off small. I feel like it just has to start off with conversations like this, or yeah, it's hard. I feel like you really got to try to start small so we can get to the root of a bigger thing to reach such a big audience like that. I feel like all it takes is one, and what I mean by that, it takes maybe one person, one conversation, or one opportunity for an idea to be heard, or just to reach somebody, just to get to a bigger audience.
So what advice would you give to somebody who feels like they can't talk to anybody? Like they can't even talk to like a family member?
The advice that I would give them is you have at least one person that you trust. And if you have that one person that you trust, I would say as I got to tell myself, take that risk. Life is nothing without risk. So if you take that risk and just talk to that person that you feel you can't talk to, see what happens. You'll be surprised. You'll be way more surprised than you think. And there will probably be a way more better outcome for you.
Okay, so So what is something you want everyone that's watching to know about men's mental health? Like, you know, top 3 words you would describe it.
That I want some people to know.
Yeah. How would you describe it?
Important, necessary, and it would be appreciated. I feel like if I didn't say that already, but I feel like those are the things that I would like people to know when it comes to men's mental health. Watching this, know that we're just average men, just trying to make it in the world every single day, just like everybody else is. It's only getting harder out in the world. It's only getting more expensive in the world, and I feel like men carry a lot of responsibilities. It's a lot of pressure. So with that comes a lot of things that we're constantly thinking about so many things that a lot of people don't even know about or can even probably comprehend. So it would just be nice that if a lot of people could just maybe step into our world and maybe just understand what we're going through, hopefully they would have a much more bigger and better appreciation for us that can hopefully just lift some weight off our shoulders.
Okay, and anything else you would like to add?
Peace and love. That's it.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.